We have May inflation coming in at 3.2%. That's faster than the 16-month low 3% recorded in April. The PSA breaking the numbers for us right now over in Quezon City. Let's listen in.
While it was 60.9% in April 2018. The labor force participation rate is a percentage of employed plus unemployed persons 15 years old and over from the total population of persons 15 years old and over. Employment rate for April 2019 is 94.9%, while it was 94.5% in April 2018. On the other hand, unemployment rate was estimated at 5.1% in April 2019 compared to 5.5% in the same period a year ago. Underemployment rate also showed a decrease in April 2019 at 13.5% from 17% in April 2018. Underemployment rate is the percentage of underemployed to the total employed. Underemployed persons are employed persons who express the desire to have additional hours of work in their present job or have additional job or to have a new job with longer working hours. For labor force participation rate by region, Northern Mindanao, Region 10, had the highest labor participation rate with 73.5%. And the ARMM had the lowest with 55%. For the employment rate by region, the Cordillera Administrative Region registered 97.1%, Cagayan Valley, 97%, Davao Region, 96.9%, and Caraga, 96%. These are the regions with highest employment rates. For the unemployment rate by region, Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao registered the highest unemployment rate with 9%. On the other hand, the Cordillera Administrative Region posted the lowest unemployment rate with 2.9%. Employed persons are grouped into three broad sectors, namely services, agriculture, and industry. In April 2019, workers in the services sector comprised the largest proportion of the population who are employed with 58.5%, followed by agriculture with 22.3%, and industry with 19.2%. A year ago, services was also the biggest with 56.4% share. Employed persons are categorized into four classes: wage and salary workers, self-employed workers without any paid employee, employers in own family-operated farm or business, and unpaid family workers. Wage and salaried workers made up 63.8% in April 2019, while it was 63.8% in April 2018. The distribution of employed persons by occupational group, workers in elementary occupations remain the largest group, making up 26.5% of the total employed in April 2019. Services and sales workers comprise the second largest occupation group at 18.6%. Of the total unemployed persons, the age group 15 to 24 years old comprise 43.8%, while the age group 25 to 34 is 30.9%. This ends my presentation on the results of the April round 2019 of the Labor Force Survey. Thank you very much and good morning.
Thank you very much, Yusek Mapa. Before we proceed to the open forum, please remain seated as the press kits are distributed for your convenience. We would also like to remind everyone to please wait to be acknowledged before asking your questions. Once acknowledged, please state your name and organization. We would also appreciate if you could limit your questions to the May 2019 inflation and April 2019 labor force survey. All right, we now open the floor for questions.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Bim Santos from TV5. Sir, what's the nominal equivalent of the reduction sa unemployment and underemployment in terms of real numbers? Yeah.
For the unemployment rate, as I mentioned, this was for the unemployment rate. This is 5.1 from 5.5%. So we have a reduction of 74,000. For the underemployment, the reduction from 17% to 13.5 in terms of numbers, that is 1.226 million, 1,226,000.
Next question.
Ladies first.
Hi, Mr. Mapa. I'm Cecil Yap of Bloomberg. Sir, you said inflation accelerated last month primarily because of food, and we see a substantial increase in vegetable prices. Where do you attribute this to? Is this the effect of the El Nino?
Right now, we just observed that vegetables, fruits, fish registered higher figures in May. In terms of the cost, we still have to look into this. But for vegetables and fish, this is common for both National Capital Region and areas outside the National Capital Region. So you have, if you would ask me the top three, this would be vegetables, fruits, and fish.
Sir.
Alan Gatos from GMA DCWB. Okay. Sir, tanong ko lang kung naka-apekto na rin ba yung oil price hike for the past few months dun sa inflation, pagtaas ng inflation?
We have not really computed the impact of this because the data, we collect the data until, for the whole month of May, and then aggregate this and just report. So, in fact, I just got the data also maybe 36 hours ago. So we're just reporting this as is. In terms of what contributed, we still have to look into that.
Sir, good morning. Sir, Karen from Reuters. Sir, what's the month-on-month figure, but the original, not the...
Yeah, okay. For the Philippines, it's from 3.0 in April to 3.2 in May. So that's 0.2 percentage points, original. This is mainly contributed higher rate in the National Capital Region from 3.1 to 3.4. So it's 0.3 percentage points in the National Capital Region. And on the other hand, for areas outside the National Capital Region, from 3.0 to 3.1, so 0.1. For the overall Philippines, from 3.0 to 3.2. This is April-May, 0.2. Yeah, that's 0.2 percentage point. Zero, yeah. And as I've mentioned, this is higher in the National Capital Region. So from 3.1 to 3.4, so that's 0.3 percentage point. For areas outside the National Capital Region, this is 3.0 to 3.1, so 0.1 percentage point.
And that was the Philippine Statistics Authority breaking down the numbers for us, at least for May inflation. You have, again, May inflation coming in at 3.2%. That is a first uptrend after 6 months of decline, driven primarily by a higher rate in NCR, with NCR May inflation coming in at 3.4%. That, of course, is a markup from the 3.1% registered for the month of April. Now, the PSA did say that main drivers of quicker inflation remain to be food and non-alcoholic beverages, as well as housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels. In fact, you have inflation drivers from food and non-alcoholic beverages coming in at 41.9% rather, versus April figures of 38.4%. You also have in terms of housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels, it was at 23.9% for the month of that's compared to 23.5% in April. Also, they did break down for us some employment figures here, with ARMM, or the Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, posting the highest unemployment rate, with CAR, on the other hand, recording the lowest unemployment rate. In fact, if you try to look at the figures here, April unemployment coming in at 5.1%. That is down from 5.5% a year ago. Also you have employment rate increasing here to 94.9% versus 94.5% from a year ago. Likewise, underemployment is at 13.5%, a bit of a markdown here compared to the 17% registered from a year ago. Also, labor force participation coming in at 61.4% versus 60.9% last year. Now, they also did say that services continue to employ the largest number of Filipinos, with 58.5% of the pie, followed by agriculture at 22.3% and industries at 19.2%. Again, let us recall May inflation coming in at 3.2%.